I'm going back. Your word was... Sayonara.
I'm gone.
We just came into the shop. I was gonna talk to the... Damn, this guy has a big bill. To the broker. You see a diminutive man with a bit of a waddle to his walk. Waddle. His voice betrays a nearly comedic accent. By all the powers in their celestial outhouses, what is this? His partner, a diminutive woman with a braying voice, gives you... Braying? What does that mean? Utter a bray.
Bray.
Donkey. Loudly, harshly. Quick glance and replies. It's a customer, you don't? As I've been telling you for ages. I told you we'd get customers, but you never believed me. And now we have one. Are you ready for him? This, well, dead-walking man. Of course I'm ready for him. I'm always ready for whatever customers we have. What can we do for you today? Oh, a trader. Bandages. Whispering flask. Ah, no. Glass eye, no. Crimson sphere earring. Smored gem. Resistance to fire. Not usable by Ignis. Smored gem set into the earring acts like a heat sponge, protecting his wearer from heat or flame attacks. Whenever the wearer is exposed to fire, the gem draws some of the heat into itself, shielding his wearer from part of the damage. It is rumored that each of these earrings hold a tiny fire method inside, and that they are so starved for heat that they would drink deep of any fire in the vicinity. This has never been proven, mostly because no one really cares to investigate the matter. That's actually pretty cool. I know what a method is. Ring of the Traveler. I mean, this is not a bad item, but we don't really need it, honestly. And it's 600, which is a little bit expensive for me at the moment. I'm gonna keep our gold. Anything else? 80 yourself. Can you tell me about yourself? I am chained to this anchor of a pawn shop with a husband who... Oh, it's the woman. With a husband who doesn't appreciate me enough. Broca interjects with heavy irony. And I ask you, how could I not appreciate the mouth and figure of a creature as beauteous as this? Truly without discernment and taste I am. Something I thought marriage could cure, and which hope was entirely in vain. Ah, the two of them thrust into yet another tedious argument and ignore you. Who's he? He is Broca. He is my husband of 20-some years. Though his inconstant nature makes it hard to believe he has not strayed in that time. It certainly does make it hard to believe. All those chances thrown away when I could have been having the time of my life. To be sure, the goats on the farm must miss your tender ministration. Okay, dude. What the fuck? Ministration? Providing care? Pretty much his wife flamed him by telling him that he fucks the goats. Broca purples and the two of them fall into what sounds like the latest in a Wong series of arguments. Their intentions are entirely devoid to each other and they ignore you. Alright, well, that's that with those guys.
Gone. All right.
A wrecked house. Ooh, this is the building we need to come to. But what's around it? Lenny! Oppa! I've been looking for you, Lenny. You can't determine what this odd device is. You see a fairy-looking young man in shoddy clothes. His eyes dart about as he scans his surroundings. He notices you approach and begins eyeing you well. Greetings. He looks you up and down, then glances about, returning his attention to you. He gives you a wicked grin. You'd best have a good reason for disturbing Lenny. Bark. Have some questions. I ain't no tout. If you got questions, go find one. His smile broadens. You'd best push off before I have to bleed you. What if I told you Byron Pickett's in? He stops smiling and examines you for a while. His eyes linger on your scars and he swallows slightly. After a moment, a frown settles on his face and he appears to be nervous. Pickett sent you. Why? He said you could answer some questions. You notice he looks rather tense. What questions? I want to ask you about the papers you stole from Trist. He swallows hard and stares at you. You notice his muscle tense and it looks like he is ready to run. He puts one hand on his hip in a nonchalant manner, but you can tell he is wound tight as a spring. I don't know what you're talking about, Burke. You'd best be off. Give me the papers you stole from Trist or I'll kill you. Why would I smile wickedly though? You know what I'm talking about, Lenny. Byron had you steal some papers from Rist. Huh. Which would be the more righteous thing to say here? I mean, I could potentially smile wickedly knowing that I'm gonna deliver justice. Threatening to kill him also doesn't sound like the best. If I say the top one, he might tell me that Byron actually did do that crime. So maybe I can put Byron into justice as well. So I'm gonna go with the first option. He swallows hard and the corner of one eye starts to twitch. He glances at the scars that cover your body, then tries to meet your gaze but cannot. Collect them? I destroyed the papers after I nicked them, just like Byron told me. He finally meets your gaze. Then why are you so nervous, Lenny? I think you are lying. He stares at you for just a moment, then suddenly turns to run. Grab him before he gets away. Just as he starts to run, you leap forward to grab him. He deftly steps out of your reach and begins to sidestep you. Seeing your quarry about to escape, you make another, more desperate lunge at him. You fail to grab him, but you do manage to bump into him hard, knocking him off balance. Your efforts foil his escape. Alright, I didn't destroy them. I'll give them to you. Just let me go. Hand them over, Lenny. I don't have them with me. You frown at him and see fear grow on his face. I swear it. I don't have them. I put them in storage. He communes to stare at you, breathing hard. Continues. Then let's go get them. He shakes his head sadly. We can't. They're in the warehouse and they're not open for business right now. Rumor has it there's some sort of management change going on, but I don't know if that's true. In any case, I can get papers. He looks at you sheepishly. I'll look into this and get the papers myself then. Fine. I guess that snake pit kid wins again. He looks at you defiantly. Let's just go the papers, Lenny. Go to the warehouse and tell the clerk I'm here for a loan. And he'll give you the papers. Later, Burke.
Updated my journal.
But I didn't want him to get away. Maybe he was also forced to do something unrighteous from the Byron warehouse. I'm gonna have to retrieve the papers first. And deal with the Byron after.
Here, I'll take him. Give me the redhead.
That guy said, give me the rakehead. On the slave market. Ah, yeah. I like to claim something. I was looking for a I was told to tell you that I'm here for a loan. Oh, one of my secret passwords. Here are the papers you want, sir. Thank you. What else can I do for you? Nothing. Farewell. One document.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
It's time to free this righteous lady. She smiles and approaches you. Have you found the document, Cutter? Can you free me? Yes, I will give it to Darren and he will free you. A look of relief washes over her face. You think she is about to faint, but she quickly recovers. I thank you, Cutter. Please return to me after you speak with Darren. I want to ask you about Trist. I have proof that she is innocent of any crime. Very well, show me the evidence. Give him the document. He opens the document and quickly scans his contents. After a moment, he sighs and folds the document and puts it inside his shirt. It seems the court owe Lady Trist an apology, sir. From the moment she is free, and I will make all the arrangements to have her status and properly returned to her.
Updated my journal.
No, thank you. It's a rare individual who will do what you have done. He bows to you. Excuse me, I must speak with the Lady Trist. Farewell. You're my savior, Cutter. I will forever be in your debt. I was happy to help. Thank you, Cutter. She glances about and pauses to think for a moment. You have saved me from certain debt, Cutter. A small, painful debt. Please wait here. I shall return shortly. She turns and walks away. You see Tris approaching and smiles and waves at you. Who's Cutter? I am. They call people Cutter because everyone is a cutthroat, or maybe they call me Cutter because my skin has a lot of cuts in them. It's one of the two. Hello again, Cutter. Thank you for waiting. She looks about for a moment, then removes a purse from the folds of her dress. With the document you have provided, the courts will restore my status and finances. This is not much, but it is a well-deserved reward for what you have done. She hands you a purse. Thank you. No, I thank you. Farewell, Cutter. I think that was 1,000 gold. Damn. I didn't see it, but that's pretty much copper. Pretty much the change I felt. Let's see if this Byron can be brought to justice potentially. I have had enough of you to last a lifetime. I'll answer no more of your questions. Now pack it, so. Damn. I'm afraid that if I might kill him, I might get the wrath of the entire city. And his offense is blackmail. And stealing. I don't know, if I could put him to jail I would, but I feel like killing might not be the best idea. Let's see what else we have here. Grades are beginning to show sign of age, soon they will crumple. Lenny! Nothing else to talk with him. This leads to another place at the city which we don't want to go yet. We want to go to this place to find Morte. Wrecked building looks out of place here. Question, Nicky, do you have pecans in Bulgaria? Pecans? I've never heard about it. Pecan plant is a species of native southern United States and northern Mexico region, Mississippi River. Nut. No, we don't have a pecan walnut. Never seen that in my life. We're no more woeful good, so could kill. No, you're wrong, Martia. I have returned to the righteous band. See? Woeful good alignment. Damn. Pecans are a tree nut. Super common around.
Alright.
Must be a delicacy around these parts. Ah, yeah. Damn, very cool window covers. The unusual window allows some light to filter into the room. It casts strange cover shadows across the walls. Whatever purpose this barrel will serve there now just floats. Appears to be a ladder constructed from the bones of many creatures.
Hi.
Opa! Shelf of skulls.
Thank the powers you're here, Chief. Get me out of here.
What are you doing up there?
Those were rat vermin. Picked me and brought me here. Come on, boss. We gotta get out of here. This place is bad news.
Why don't you just float down?
I can't. I've tried. Come on, get me down before.
Opa. Lothar. A flash of light and smoke blinds you for a moment and a withered old man stands before you. Oh, look at that music. Morty is somewhere on this wall, but I don't see him.
Have we visitors, Go?
Oh no!
Morty whispers furiously to you.
Do not offend this blood, boss. He'll dead book you faster than you can spit.
The old man ignores Morty.
Greetings, traveler. Who might you be to enter Wotar's humble saloon without invitation?
You've kidnapped my friend. My pardon, sir, but you seem to have something that belongs to me. Let's try to be a bit more diplomatic.
Ah, yes. What might that be?
The skull that belongs to me is on that shelf. My friend Morty wound up on your shelf. Yeah, I mean, he's kinda been my friend up to this point, so. I come here for the gameplay, but I stay up for the voice acting. Hell yeah.
You want the chattering skull with half the grace and manners of any ordinary creature? Give me a greater skull in return if you wish it back. I do not need to bargain for something that is already mine.
You know, I threw 3 skulls back at the one of the shops. Where can I find a greater skulls?
Move aside the divan in the center of the room and pass through the portal on the eastern wall in the chambers below to the catacombs. The portal will remain active for you to return. In the catacombs, many skulls. One of great value lies within the interred crypts of the Dustmen. Beyond the drowned nations, bring the skull to me, as my were-rat minions have failed to do, and I will see to it that your friend is returned to you. Perhaps I shall even answer some questions for you.
I've been to the tomb you speak. It is empty.
Updated my journal.
What is the meaning of this? The tomb was so well trapped, so well defended from scrying magics, that it was a challenge even for me. There must be some explanation for this, and...
He draws out his words angrily and slowly.
You will provide it to me. Go through the portal in the chambers below and seek the answer.
I believe it was a trap to discourage the grave robbers who prey on such crypts.
There is some merit in what you say, yet there is something about that crypt that spoke of much promise. I will think on this, and I encourage you to do the same. He turns away and turns back to you almost immediately. Bring me another skull then, and our agreement shall be as before. Do not try to deceive me with just any skull either. I am something of a connoisseur. Return when you have something of value to me.
Updated my journal.
Tempo mantriana, ten okay, dude. Feeling the urge for karaoke. DMD. I mean, I couldn't really sound exactly as an old man. I kinda sounded more as a threatening man of stature. That's kinda what I ended up with. Spell memorization ability have increased. Nice. Does that mean that I have another level 3 slot? Let me see. Mage spellbook. Opa. And my team got a little bit of hit points. Now the thing is that
I'm gone.
I threw the skulls that he might need. Oh no, they're here! They're in the corner, I didn't throw them! The skull of the Silent King.
Alright.
Can I actually go back through his portal and see where I'm gonna end up being though? He said sit on the sofa. Oh, it's an underground tunnel. Bones of the Night. Catacombs beyond Bones of the Night. What? I mean, Osha Trails of Mountain. We don't need to give him that information, and I'm not 100% sure it was my tomb. I mean, one of the places inside of it was my tomb, that's for sure, but not all of it. Not everything there that he thought it was the nations is considered my tomb. Wait, I cannot even go through here. What the fuck? Did this guy scam me? I mean, I had to open this door, and I came from here. Hey! Oh, there is a side entrance here. Where? Wait, isn't this the same guy that we found on the other side, where the mice, where the rat rulers are? Yeah, I was actually under him. It was on a portal. Hey, you see a half man, half rat hybrid. Its red eyes gleam with a certain cunning, and the voice that issues from its mouth is oily and insinuating.
So, a bite comes slinking into the nest of Wotar's servants. What do you want, man? And where do you intend to go? Step lightly, intruder, and speak the truth to man to walk.
I'm on a quest for Wotar. I'm looking to retrieve a skull. The rat man ducks his head at the mention of Wotar and hisses at you.
Send a hairless one to do the job of the king. Impossible!
He said you were worthless? No, he didn't say that, nonetheless. Mantua kisses you again.
Begone then, and return when the skull is in your hands.
He pauses and looks at you suspiciously.
Have you a skull yet?
In fact, I do.
And have you relieved the particular scar the master wants?
Yes, from a long-dead skeleton.
Give it to me and I shall take it to the master. Your services are no longer required.
No, I think I'll take it to him myself.
You misunderstand.
Mintuak's claws clench and unclench and his tail begins to sway.
It was not a request. Give me the skull. We do not wish trouble. Here of all places, bite. Such troubles even one such as you would be hard-pressed to deal with.
I said I will give it, let me borrow, I'll kill you where you stand. Perhaps your pathetic disease has a... That sounds... I think the most diplomatic answer is this, the middle one. I said I will give it to Wotar the skull.
Then you leave me no choice.
He turns to his fellow were-rats.
Stab him until he falls. Take his body to the catacombs and walk him up someplace. Let him live forever entombed.
You son of a... gun? Might need some
Endure.
spells here.
In enduring, grow strong.
I don't have horror because I didn't rest. We are a level... What mage? Let me see here. Wait, this is important. I'll tell you what. Level 6. So look. The spell called Chromatic Orb has a different effect on level 6. Makes someone unconscious for 25 seconds. We're gonna cast it and try to do that on this big boy. Hey! He resisted. Son of a gun.
I hear your words.
Well, we tried. Increase strength to 21. I could give it to her. Will her damage increase if I give her more strength? Ability bonuses plus 2 damage. Let's try that. Okay. She now has 80.76. Her damage is plus 6 and plus 2 to hit, plus 4 to damage. Big buff. DM.
All things.
And this is only saving throws, not armor class. I'm not gonna cast that. We're just gonna start swinging. I could also buff myself actually. Should I do that? Oh wait, the buff strength. Oh, I already used it. He can only use spells once. I can give myself 1 to hit, no saving throws, or if the target creature fails a saving throw, it gets blinded. Let's try to brand the big guy while we're holding the line. It might have worked. Yeah, he has a little blinded eye icon on him now. DM. So I'm just gonna focus on the other rats, because he's probably not gonna hit me a lot. He's gonna miss most of it. Someone hitting me for 24 damage. Holy moly. Who was that? Nameless one takes 24 from man to walk. Where is the blind, man?
I'm gone.
Man to walk attacks miss. Alright, there we go.
All right.
Now we'll take him down. The Joker. Ah.
Endure. In enduring,
See
grow
what we have
strong.
here. Were rat skull. Maybe I could give him one of these were rat skulls as well. Kick. Mantwad's book.
I hear
Opa.
your words.
I will identify that. The Grimoire of Pestilential Tot. The black-bound tome seems to radiate a slight rotting smell, and the covers are unpleasant to the touch, like uncured human flesh left out on the sun. In the sun. Rusted buckles on the cover silhouette against the elements. It is the Grimoire of Pestilential Tot, an arcane tome created ages ago for purposes unknown, the purpose of which is to teach mortals the nature of evil. Some sages warn against its use, while others urge it. It is said to grant mighty magical powers when services are performed for it. Purge this unrighteous tome. Ay.
Done.
This soundtrack is such a banger, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, if I have a way to destroy it, I will. If not, I'll sell it, I guess. Also, good and evil in this game is a little bit more flexible in the war as well, because where we are in the city, technically the city is the pure neutral place in the universe. So supposedly if anyone went too hard on good or evil, Someone should balance him out or something? I don't know how that's supposed to work, but... Ah, then man, see, there's the portal, man. So there was a portal. I wanna see if that just brings me to the Dane Nation. Or to some new place. Ah.
Done.
It is the Dane Nations. Another path hub up. Well, we don't need to return there.
All right.
Now we know. I got the skull back to the Wotar. Man, this lady is still buffed? Sheesh. That's a long duration on this spell. Yeah, she heals that. What is the duration of this spell, Dakon? She's burning in the righteous light of power. Let me open his spell book and read this real quick. Because that spell looks very strong. Power as 1. To a rogue it gives 1d6 plus 1. 30 minutes per level. So that's 3 hours. I don't know how much time is in 3 hours in the game, but I think it's pretty big considering a long rest is an 8 hour. No, but he wants the skulls that we already got, that we didn't know that we need to got, which is the skulls from the Dead Nations. Still Mary, Akaste, and the skull of the Silent King. I've been carrying them all this time, not knowing what they're gonna be used for.
I'm gone.
And now we know. It is to trade Morte for them. Righteously, without anyone getting hurt. I forgot my voice for this guy.
You have returned, I see. And do you have a skull for me?
I have a skull of a were-rat. Wotar holds up the skull and examines it carefully.
Bah! This is worth nothing. It can tell me nothing. I require a skull of valor if I'm to waste my time with you. Begun?
I have the skull of Steel Mary, zombie leader of the Dane Nations. Wotar takes the head of Steel Mary from you, brushes off some of the excess flesh and examines it carefully.
Zombie leader of the Dead Nations, you say? This will be satisfactory.
His finger twists through an arcane gesture.
Your friend will be waiting for you above ground, where you came in. Have your answers from me.
Can I give him other skulls though? Oh well. Why am I immortal?
Updated my journal.
Your mortality, your soul, if you will, that which allow you to live and die, is gone from you. It was stripped from you by magical means, by the night hag Ravel Puzzlewell. Your mortality is the key to your existence. When you find it, you will find your answers.
Tell me about this Ravel.
Ravel Puzzlewell is an enigma, even among the night hags. Some would call her barmy. Others say she plays a deeper game than any can see through. She's evil, through and through, making the fiends you see in the area seem positively divine when compared to her. She's out of the reach of men now. Thank the powers, for she was mazed by the Lady of Pain.
Maze, how do I find her?
Mazes are like pocket dimensions, small places between places. To reach one, you need to find a portal and a key. I do not know where the door or the key are. Perhaps you should seek some of your old acquaintances. You have certainly left a trail of them behind. They will find you, no doubt. Pray they mean you well. Perhaps you should visit the Civic Fest Hall. They have many answers there.
What did Ravel do?
Updated my journal.
Ah, the Baldur's Gate 3 hack. What was it? Lady Estelle? Potions and lotions? Opa. Drag it up.
She was a maker of toys and puzzles, a solver of problems that didn't need solving. She decided that Sigil, the cage, was the largest puzzle box of all, and set herself to undo it, to lead in the armies of fiends at her disposal, no doubt, to upset the balance of the city and turn the entire burg into a charnel house. Carnel house? Pray to any power you hold dear with thanks she did not succeed. I will find her, then and force her to return my mortality. Cap. Had some more questions. Why have I lost my memory? It is a side effect of losing your mortality. I have lost my mortality. Okay. He stares at you, currently makes a small motion and you find yourself gone. Huh? I got kicked! But I didn't rescue Morty. What the fuck? I didn't even go up there. Hold the phone. He didn't want to answer my questions.
Done.
This is where he was supposed to be.
All right.
I don't trust the Gith. I say we leave him behind.
Morty doesn't trust the con. The git. He sells healing. Can't I sell him the other skulls, man? I wonder if I gave him the Skull of the King, if he would have given me a bigger reward. Well, we don't know. We already made our choice. Would be nice if I could give him all 3 skulls, because I don't have any use for them. Eh! Morty has his weaker teeth. What happened to his other teeth? Are they in me somewhere? Teeth of the Viper. There we go. And Ingress's teeth.
Hey, hey.
Hey!
Hey, hey.
Alright.
I'm gone. Done.
Oh, well. Find the souls of Pharaoh's bodies. We cannot do that. Get Queen's poison charm from the body of Gris. We cannot do that. We failed. I don't even know where this is. Remove Requin's curse of stench. The upper worlds where Riquid used to live. Maybe. Dream Builder. Fetch a Vile Skin. I don't know. Find the Night Hag Reavel. Puzzle. He still actually do very good damage. And he has broken resistances. I don't know if you've seen that, but look at this guy. Resistances called max, magic called max. And normal damage, he takes only 1/4. He's like Giga Tank for some reason. And poison resist. Where is the upper world? Huh? There is no way to go to upper world here. Weird.
All right.
It says to the upper world. There is nothing on the map here. There is no way to click. somewhere else? Are we bugged or something? Clerk's Ward. Have I been there? I haven't. Well, I guess we're gonna try here. Matter of course. This giant of a man wears an equally immense suit of ornate red armor. He regards you cautiously but without fear as you approach him. Greetings. A booming voice echoes from within his great helm.
Greetings, citizen. I am Matter of Course, bodyguard to Diligence, fourth magistrate of the world. You must excuse me, for my duties lie at her side. Farewell.
One moment. He simply turns. Diligent. Hopefully no one has turned undead here. We don't, though I hope to become a paladin somehow. This older, stern-looking woman is clearly on her way somewhere. When she notices you approach, she studies you with a disapproving, tight-lipped frown. Greetings. The woman nods curtly, speaking in a tone cold as ice. Yes, what is it? And watch your words, for I am Diligence, fourth magistrate of the world. You're who? Diligence simply stares at you, a faintly disgusted look upon her face. Something troubling about my appearance? I should most certainly think so. Should the Apparel Regulation Act be passed, people of your sort won't be permitted to traipse about in such a manner, half naked and filthy as you are. You're quick to judge one by their appearances, aren't you? You would tell me then that you are not a wanderer, meandering about the city asking questions of all those who you come across, engaging in more than an occasional combat to death with those who cross you. The faintest hint of sneer appears on her lip. I am quick to judge, sir, because I am a magistrate by trade. I will waste no more time with you. Should you say another word, or so much as approach me again, I shall call the guard. Now, away with you. Last boss is a paladin. I'll hold you to your words. Well, she doesn't want to talk to me. I'll respect her wishes. You there, sir. I would speak with you a moment. My manner. This sharp-faced man rushes towards you, calling for your attention. Ah, sir! But a moment of your time. Were you perchance here to visit the tower? What? The man breaks in. I asked, sir, because I seem to have offended the man. I had commissioned a hot-blooded fool to make me a costume, but he's thrown me out of his shop and will not speak to me now. So, the man suddenly balls his fist and shakes them at the sky. What have I done to deserve such treatment? Nothing, I say. I was a patron. It is his duty to serve me, that childish buffoon. What do you want from me? Eh? Oh yes, you. Could I beg of you to enter the place and fetch my costume for me, sir? I have a masquerade to go to, and I have not the time to commission another tower. Yes, I'll go get it.
Updated my journal.
Oh, most excellent, sir. This very building right there. He points to the long wall structure just north of him. I thank you, sir. No, he asked me nicely.
I'm gone.
Please, sir, I've things to do. I'd appreciate you leaving me be if you'd be so kind. Farewell. Oppa! Sensate? Please, sir, I've things to do. I'd appreciate you leaving me be. Ah! Oh, they're senseis because they're part of the sensate faction. I thought it was a name. Raxa clothing, most of them very fine quality. Rows of high quality textiles. Stack of fine cloth. Concaves. Concaves. The short, heavy-set middle-aged man is wearing clothes that seem to be spun of glittering gold. He holds a bowl of quotes strung taut across a wooden frame. He is currently embroidering some pattern into the fabric. Greetings. The man doesn't seem to acknowledge your presence. He continues to work at his embroidery, muttering under his breath. As he sews, shimmering notes of light seem to sparkle and drop from the tip of the needle. Good sir, did you hear me? The man does not look up from his work, frowning distastefully as he answers you.
Yes, yes, I am certain that what you need is truly quite urgent. Now if you could be silent for just a moment.
Wait. At last he sets down the embroidery and looks up to you. Before you can speak, however, he suddenly picks up another item and sets to work on it again. As he works that, what looks to be tiny covered sparks drip from the fabric. Look, I just have a few questions. The man sighs wildly.
No doubt you do. Now you've been kind enough to wait quietly for a bit. I'm certain it shan't seem you dead to rein your tongue in a bit for a moment more.
Sweet suffering? Anna snarls. You there! We'll be having no more of this waiting, so you'd better... The man glances up from his work and seems to see Anna for the first time. Turning softly, he shakes his head.
Lass, what in the mannerling winds of pandemonium has possessed you to dress in such a way?
Anna looks surprised.
Eh?
Her surprise quickly falls into a frown. What do you mean? He gestures at Anna's outfit.
The leather, miss. The sheer impracticality of it. The emphasis on the bust line, especially the also convenient cross-clash across the bodice. Your outfit was obviously designed to placate someone's horizontal urges rather than to keep you comfortable. Even if you're... True! Even if you're trying to make a statement against authority and decorum like your tieflings tend to do, the message is really harming you in the long run.
Morte floats close and whispers.
Not me. I can deal, eh, chief? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Concaves continues to scold Anna.
I mean, really, you won't look ready for a session at the fest hall then. By the way, you aren't a sensei, are you?
Anna seems confused.
Nay, I'm not a sensei.
The tailor nods.
I didn't think so, not at all. Why don't you let me attire you in something else, a little more modest?
Horrified, Morte leaps into the fray.
No! Man, are you mad? That's barmy talk.
Nay, I like this. I don't need to worry about the cold or heat. It's me butt, I think. And what you talking about, tieflings, eh?
As you wish then, my lady.
Concaves look at you.
And now, sir, that my work has been well and truly interrupted, I am Concaves. What was you were here to see me about? Hope this bout garments and like. Shan't answer anything not concerning myself or the store, you know.
What were those lights while you were embroidering?
That? Nothing, sir, but a bit of art, which I at times weave into fabric when the fancy strikes me. Those items which I lavish enchantments upon are more special creations, and I rarely sold.
What sort of magical clothes do you have available?
Nothing that would fit you. That is for certain.
I'd like to see what you offer just the same. Needle and thread, jerking of the feeding shadow. Usable only by Anna. Pickpocket skill and stealth skill. Those are pretty good if I'm planning to be an unrighteous thief, which I won't. The Brazing Rogue. Only by Anna. Taco 1. Armor class 4. What's my armor class with her? 2. So only gonna give me 1 taco for 3000 goro, which is not good. Right? I'm already at 4 with the rings. Does it say my armor class as a baseline somewhere? Resistances, armor class modifiers. What to... no. I'm just gonna have to assume my calculations are like that. I wanted to pick up a Dustman's costume.
You're in luck then, sir. I happen to have one available. Its cost is 30 copper commons.
I'll take it. Hers is stew. Oh, really? Wait, I don't think you sold correctly. Conclave takes a set of neatly folded ropes from under a counter.
Here you are, sir. I would warn you though. If this is for the upcoming masquerade of World Earth, many folk are already attending as Dustmen.
I'll keep that in mind. Dustman attending a masquerade sounds sus. Sounds like infiltration. Where did you see on the right armor class, too? Taco, saving throws, weapons, ability bonuses. I mean, armor class. Oh, here. No, but that's mine. That's hers. No, but I was looking in the inventory screen.
Balance in all
Here,
things.
AC2. The point is, this is the final. What do you mean near health? No, but what I mean is my ring gives me extra armor class. So what if I disequip the rings and I was less than 4? Then the armor would put me on 4 and then the rings would bring me back to 2. Let's say I was 5 and I get the armor, it puts me to 4, then the rings bring me to 2. That's what I meant. Ay. I have a vest that is armor class 8.
Get your mitts off, you dirty wee rat.
Does that mean that if I buy the other vest, my armor class is gonna increase dramatically? Cause this is 8? It shouldn't, cause this set is to a minimum of 8. But I have 4 cause of stats, somehow.
Alright.
I got his costume. Hey!
I'm gone.
Malmanner! The man looks at you expectantly. Well, did you get the costume from Concaves? Yes, here it is. It cost me 30 coins.
Updated my journal.
Fine, take it here. He tosses you 30 copper coins. Now I have to be off. Wait, Concave said that many people were already going to this masquerade as Dustman. Did he? Blast! I will have to arrive in such a common costume. I could go see if he has another one ready. Not a bad idea, not a bad at all. Quickly, see if the poorly nincompoop has another, would you?
Updated my journal. Alright.
I wanted to pick up another different costume. Conclave nods mildly, knowingly.
The Dustman bean seemed a bit too common after all, eh? Well, it just so happened that I have a Godsman costume. If you would like, it shall cost you only 50 coppers.
I'll take it. Conclave retrieves a set of folded clothing and heavy leather apron and work boots from under the counter.
Here you are, sir. Enjoy the masquerade.
I'm not going. I guess I never told him it's for someone else. It cost me 50 commons, here it is.
Updated my journal.
He makes a disgusting noise, snatches the costume from you and shoves 50 coins in your hands. Now off! To be off!
Done.
The Tower. The Brothel of slading intellectual lusts. Sounds like a sussy place. The ominous looking archway leads underground.
By every power in its mother, what even the hell is that?
Salabesh the Onyx.
So I curse the mouthy cow.
Sarhava. The smell of alcohol wafts heavily from this young woman, and despite her dark skin, you can see that her face beautiful, but cruel looking is flushed. She is slender but well muscled, adorned in exotic jewelry and translucent silk clothing. Opa! Numerous scars crisscross her thighs and forearms. They look to be from battle wounds. Greetings.
Well, well.
No, that's not a good voice. Well, what have we here? A little tiefling got her queen coming crawling out of the hive. The woman pouts, talking as one would a small child. Are you was, little tiefling? Oh, look, it has a tail. How cute. Anna flushes and with a snarl, blades sprout from her fists. Now, Finkin, don't do that. The woman seems unconcerned as Anna draws her weapons and clucks disapprovingly with her tongue. Careful, now I'll remove the tail of yours and feed it to my dogs. I wanna see what Anna is gonna do as a confident, independent woman. Yeah, have a sharp tongue on your wheel ass? Anna spits and sharpens her blade against each other. I wonder how sweet your tacky Jews and Harvard squaws will look on you when you're dead in the street. Anna, wait. You 50 spawn of the warplanes? A bitch bastard that not even a Tanari would keep in its pen. Let things happen. Shoot that blade girl or I'll shoot it in your body. Call for the guards. Guards! She gasps in shock. You fool! Are you mad? The guards would never take your word over mine. You're obviously drunk and those scars of your mark you as the fighting sword. I think they just might. She stares hard at you, grinding her teeth. Let us drop the whole matter then, and be on our separate ways. Agreed. Well,
All right.
no one got to die, so I'll take that as a win, I guess. Sawabish. The stone man, dressed in heavy crimson robes, has sharp-pinched features. He bows regally as you approach him.
I am Salabesh, of code Salabesh the Onyx, future mage tutor for the Civic Fest Hall. You have business with me, I take?
No, just some questions.
About what, Not the word and the like, I hope? Plenty of more common folk could answer such questions, and I just as soon direct you to one of them.
Why are you called the Onyx?
A long tale which I'll shorten to save my breath. In my youth, I was once called Salabesh the Golden, for I was said to have a heart of gold, small, hard, and yellow. Well, I cursed the fool who started that, so that he could only speak from his arse and defecate through his mouth. The Onyx appellation along the same lines as the Golden, though admittedly somewhat less clever, soon followed. In any case, I am much kinder fellow now, far less prone to laying curses and the like. I'm not certain if I deserve the name any longer.
I cursed the fool who started that, so that he could only speak from his arse and defecate from his mouth. Huh. So after he cursed, he became Onyx. You curse him, so that what?
Oh yes, you heard right.
Salabesh sighs happily and chuckles to himself.
That sort of thing is why I'm known as the master of curses, you know.
What do you mean by future mage tutor of Festhall?
Updated my journal.
It's a prestigious position to be an official tutor in one of the Festhall's training chambers. It is my intention to one day take the position of mages as tutor, but the title's currently in possession of the Lady Torncombe. If only I could somehow prove that I'd be a superior tutor.
Do you know of a cursed man called Riquin?
Updated my journal.
Rick?
Sourbear's eyebrow suddenly lit up.
Oh, yes! Jumbo murder sins cursed that man. If I recall correctly. Why? Seeking to get his curse undone? Good work. Only Jumbo can do that, you know.
Where could I find this Jumbo murder sins?
Within the civic festival, I suppose. A short, portly fellow with a leering smile. Never speaks, so you'll be hard-pressed to get anything out of him.
Alright then, we got some info. An old poet. This kindly looking old man spares you only the briefest of glances before returning to his recitation. Hecko the poet. Whatever that means. Oh, it means like poke him, right? Hecko. Interrupt in a mocking, abusive comment. Opa, sorry. Your heckling, consisting of little more than cries of poetry stings and the occasional raspberry, draws a few annoyed glances, but nothing more. Nost ein I fasir hem will obris ahom meha. Huh? Are you familiar with the language? Is it reverse? Heazon mi sarg onariv noa. No, it's not opposite. What about you, sir? Eli, have a look. This narrow-eyed, sharp-faced man is scanning his surroundings with a look of vague disinterest, pausing occasionally to look down and pick at his fingernails. Despite being clothed in silk and velvet finery, he manages to look unsavory and more than a little dangerous. The man looks your way. His eyes are dark slits, like narrow stab wounds beneath his brow. His voice is low and gruff despite his slender build.
Pike off.
Oh yeah, they had some questions.
You think I wander the world looking for strangers to spill dark for? Now pike off.
Why are you here then? To be surly with passerby?
Hey,
He stands quietly for a moment that breaks a crooked smile.
that's good, Dad.
He considers it for a moment.
I'm a tutor at the Civic Fest Hall. Name's Havelock. Eli Havelock. As a veteran scout, I teach the art of subterfuge.
You mean thievery? His lip curls up in a disgusted sneer.
Thieves and thievery, it always is. 5 tours I spend as a reconnaissance operative in the War of Lies. Scout is my title. Scout. I teach the ways of stealing and spycraft, not common thievery.
I see. Farewell. Sir, might I have a word with you? Johnny's messenger. Johnny. The slender young man approaches you wearing a somewhat worried expression. 1,000 pardons, sir, but I'm looking for a certain man, and I think you might be able to help me. Oh, how so? I am a messenger, sir, who seeks a man it said cannot die. A scarred man, for whom death is nothing but the most trivial of annoyances. You matched the immediately vague description I was given, sir, and I had wondered if you were here. Just who wants to know? I'm in the heart of a wealthy nobleman, Jomi Sirina, sir. I am the man you're looking for. He nods then bows deeply to you. A message for you then, sir. Mistress Jomi of the House Sirma, a lady of high standing, has sent me. Mistress Jomi would meet you in the Civic Fest Hall, where she would make a proposal of which I know nothing to you. Should you choose to seek her out, she wears green silks, trimmed with gold, and has her the color of blue steel. That is the extent of my message, sir. Farewell. What is it?
Updated my journal.
In the northeastern corner of this part of the clerk's ward, sir. It's a wire structure and should be easy to spot. Farewell now, sir. There's quite a lot of things going on here. I guess I'll go to the Brothel first. Hello?
I'm gone.
Opa! May I be of any assistance? Is that a devil woman or an angel woman? Before you is a stunning golden hair woman dressed in an azure and violet dress with two long elegant wings draped across her shoulders. She's surveying the room with a slight smile. She's easily the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. Ignore the wing woman and explore the building. Sigma arrive. Well, I should talk to her, I guess. Greetings.
Well met, traveler. How may I help you?
The woman turns as you addresses her. She takes your measure, then nods slightly. You notice her eyes are azure, the exact same color as her dress. Well met, traveler. She reaches up to brush back a stray lock of golden hair. How may I help you? Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I am called Fall from Grace. You are new to Sigil, are you not? Yes, I am. Does it show? She smiles slightly. Not as much as you might think. You carry yourself quite well. Where's this place? This is the Brothel of Slaying Intellectual Lusts. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you do not intend to partake of this establishment. Brothel of Slaying Intellectual Lusts. What kind of brothel is this? I established this brothel to give those lustful ever that strive the mind more avenues of expression rather than the simple carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation and engaging in verbal arts with others. Sounds dope. I assure you, it is not. Tour the brothel. See for yourself. So this is a brothel where there is no intercourse. Only of a psychological nature. Rest assured, it is still quite stimulating. Why did you establish such a place? Fall from Grace raises an eyebrow. That is an odd question. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that, at least directly. So, why did you? Part of the answer to your question requires that you know that I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. So that is why you established this place? This brothel was intended to slate the lusts of even the hardened intellectual. It is designed to stimulate the mind, to heighten one's awareness of themselves and others, to create new ways of experiencing another person. It is for those who seek something more than the shallow physical pleasures that fuel the hive and the lower worlds. I see, so this establishment just encourages intellectual fencing rather than, well, the other kind of fencing. The woman here must be special indeed. The women here are aspiring sensates. They have come to me in search of instruction, to prepare themselves to enter the faction. Also, many of them have natural grasp of language that can shatter the crust of the most hardened individual. So the ladies in here are ladies in training. Yes, I hope that by learning the art of language and its subtleties, that the patrons and the students here may learn more about themselves. One is only as limited as their command of the language. To be able to employ language to evoke emotions in others is a tremendous skill. Those wings on her back, what are you? She's one of the fiends, one of the succubi, she is. She'll take your measure, then she'll take your soul to the war plains. So she will. Your companion is correct, I am a lesser Tenari. More specifically, a succubus. She gives a soft sigh. I'm afraid we're a little too common in the warplanes and elsewhere for our own good. Most of my race spend their time seducing mortals with various pleasures of the flesh. And you?
Updated my journal.
I'd like to think that I have distanced myself from that. It is ultimately a trivial and non-productive way for one to spend one's time here in the multiverse. There is much more to life. Wouldn't you agree? Perhaps so. So this is a succubi that went on the righteous path of intellectual potential. Did I came here looking for help? I don't remember. No, I'm not looking for help. Can you tell me about the senseis? The senseis are a faction of Sigil that is devoted to experience. Without experience, without sensation, we're blinded to much of the multiverse. Thus, sensei seeks to experience as much as possible. When always experienced, then the truth of the multiverse shall reveal itself. I don't want to join them. Have you ever heard of a night hag named Ravel? Damn. Something is annoying my throat all of a sudden, man. I am familiar with the name. Far from gay pauses and thinks for a moment. Rumors course thickly about that name and most tend to discount her as a myth, but I suspect that she did exist and that she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay here. She looks puzzled. Why do you speak? I intend to seek her out. Grace raises an eyebrow. Truly, I find myself compelled to ask why. I need information that she has. Is this information available from no one else? I suspect that only Ravel possesses the knowledge I need.
Updated my journal.
Grace rests her hand lightly on your arm. Consider this. If Ravel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. If a fraction of the stories of her activities are true, then she is a creature that has discovered new meanings of evil. To search for her is not a quest to be undertaken lightly. I realize that. Do you know anything else about her? She was said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago. In addition to the evils she committed during her stay, rumor has it that her actions threatened the cage itself. Now she primarily exists only as a fiction, a figure in children's stories. I imagine the Lady of Pain dealt with her as all threats to Sigil are dealt with. How?
Updated my journal.
Rebel was most likely sent to a maze, one of Lady's prisons. Mazes, what are those?
Updated my journal.
She places her hands together, thumbs and fingers touching, forming a rough circle. The lady is said to have the power to take pieces of Sigil. You watch in surprise as a ghostly image of Grace's little finger pulls itself from the hand and floats into the air, curling into a small circle and make a maze. Go on. The small ghostly circle floats in the air, then begins slowly rotating. The piece of Sigil she takes holds the prisoner. There is no escaping being maced. It can happen at any time. While walking down the street, through a door, she claps her hands, and then you are somewhere else. Inside the ghostly circle, you can suddenly see a flicker of movement, like someone walking inside. Grace continues, the tiny ghost maze reflected in her eyes. It is said there is a portal that leads out of each maze, but they are difficult to find. Perhaps they are left to give the prisoner hope. Perhaps they are left in to torture the prisoner. Perhaps it is both. Can you tell me about the Grey Waste? A blighted plane that lies effectively between Bator and the Abyss. It is frequently a battleground in the Blood War. Anything else you might know about her? Someone in the Fest Hall may know more about her.
Updated my journal.
Ooh. Would you like to join me on my travels? Anna stiffens, then starts muttering under her breath. Who's to say she'll be coming with us? We don't need the likes of her. So is one. We don't. Bar that fiendling. Morte Gleiske stick together. I'm all for the succubus coming with us. The powers know you're about as fun as passing a caltrop through your bowels. You'd best latch your boombox go, or rather yet, so hard they'll be picking your teeth off the spar. Travel with you? Fall from Grace smiles slightly. She seems to be ignoring your companions. That's rather forward of you. You're a sensei? Surely there must be a limit to how much you can learn here. I think you would be surprised. If you want me to accompany you on your travels, I need a far more compelling reason than that.
How may I help you?
What could be more compelling than that? That's the way I am. I appreciate your candor. I shall counter with some of my own. Why should I travel with you? I mean, those are my only options. How exciting can this place be? I think I would be surprised. Never mind then. So she could be a potential companion, but we don't know how to unlock her desire to leave this place yet. The man's brow is deeply furrowed in concentration. As you approach, he looks to you and nods currently. Yes? He looks slightly annoyed but says nothing. You seem troubled. The man frowns. No, not quite troubled. I'm merely trying to puzzle out a way to win against Dawara. Who? Dawara is one of the prostitutes here. Reserved, well-educated, most intelligent. A mind like a razor, truly. If you fancy a challenge, try and base her in a game of strategy. You've never beaten her then? He shakes his head, frowning. I used to play against a woman here named Vivian, and came to think of myself as quite skilled. But then I met Dawara. I have a strong suspicion that Vivian was allowing me to win those games, but I've never asked her. What are you doing here? I'm resting after a resounding loss at the hands of Dawara. I feel I almost bested her this time, though so I'm trying to think of what I can do next time. What can you tell me about this place? Look, I have things to think about. Farewell. Dawara. Prostitute of the mind. An unbeatable strategist. This dark-haired, pale-skinned woman has a cultured, refined look about her. As she turns to you, note that her eyes, which you had previously thought to be grey, are the color of brushed steel. Greetings. The woman's voice is soft, calm, and without inflection. It has a certain faraway quality, as if somehow not attached to her. Greetings, I am called Dawara. May I serve you somehow? In one way, can you serve me, Dawara? She blinks her eyes, then touches her hand to her heart, bowing her head slightly. I am able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently. If that is your wish, I am also well versed in various games of strategy, should you wish to play something, though I have the materials for few such games here. Hoping for a more physical nature. Could I just ask you a few questions? Dawara casts her eyes to the floor with a sound that might be a sad sigh. I'm willing to serve you as a patron, but have no wish to answer other questions at this time. My apologies, but I hear you shall simply have to bear with that for the time being. What's wrong? Anything I can help you with?
My journal.
She looks up from the floor and into your eyes. Once more you're struck by the pale smoothness of her skin, the cold depths of her silvery eyes. No, I fear not. My troubles are a matter of the heart. In time, I think all things shall be resolved. Are you certain there's nothing I could do? Certain? No, I'm not. My first love, Merryman, possesses still the keys to my heart. So long as he has them, I shan't be free to love another. This is the cause of my melancholy. Why don't you seek him out, speak with him? I may not leave this place. The reason why are deeply personal and not to be shared with strangers, even ones who might bestow the kindness upon me. But suffice to say that I cannot seek out Merryman myself. Then I'll find this Merryman and speak to him of your behalf.
Updated my journal.
Dawara notes the slightest hint of a smile appearing on her lips. She bows her head. Were you to find and speak with Merryman, I would be most grateful. He is a member of the Society of Sensation, so you may wish to ask for him at the Civic Fest Hall. Oh, return. Well, I wanted to play a game with you as well. Oh well. Subject behavior static. Modron. This strange cubic creature seems to be as much machine as it is organic. As you approach the thing, it silently stares at you with wide and blinking eyes. Its face hasn't the slightest trace of emotion in it.
Come on, Chief. We're in a building full of some of the sexiest chits the side of the multiverse and you're stopping to talk to Modrons?
What can you tell me about them, Morty? Morty makes a noise of utter disgust.
What's there to say? Annoying little clockwork pests. They're always working to impose law and order upon the multiverse. Not good. Mind you, just law. Let's just forget about them. And go just chat up the ladies, eh?
Ignore Morty, greet the modern. Its voice has a metallic reverberating quality to it, as if there were more a sound played out on some world musical instrument than true speech.
Your greeting is returned.
There is a soft click as the creature blinks. An awkward silence hangs in the air between the two of you. I had some questions.
Identify yourself to us.
I'm not sure who I am.
We would know why this is so.
I don't know myself, I just can't remember.
All things should have a name. All things should be identified. We find your answer unsatisfactory, but it shall have to suffice for the present.
The creature pauses and blinks at you.
We would identify ourselves as Modrons, quadrant type, winged variant to the subject. The subject is free to ask a question.
What are you doing here?
Our purpose here is observation.
What are you observing?
We're observing one of the establishment staff.
Who are you observing?
As previously stated, we are observing one of the establishment staff.
Yeah, but who exactly are you observing?
The object of our scrutiny is named Dora.
Why are you watching her?
We have not been informed as to the specific purpose or purposes which resulted in our being given our present task. The command of our superior Pentadron is sufficient reason to perform said task. As such, the purpose or purposes are irrelevant to us.
What can you tell me about this place?
A building located in the section of Sigil commonly known as the Clerk's Ward. We cannot give exact coordinates as the surface of Sigil changes at the intervals we have not determined as of the present. The building itself is known as the Brothel of Slaying Intellectual Lusts. It serves as what may be broadly defined as a language school. The students of the school are primarily females who intend to, at some point we have not determined in which varies from student to student, become a factotum of the Society of Sensation.
Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzle? Ravel Puzzle.
We know nothing of any being or object possessing such an appellation.
Farewell then. Vivian. I think she was saying something, but I couldn't see it. Oh well. This tall, elegant woman with her sharp features and regal demeanor is a striding example of aristocratic beauty. Her clothes appears to be spun of silver thread, and a small file dangles from her necklace. She is perfumed with an exotic, erotic scent that seems to draw you towards her. Opa! She looks you over, arching an eyebrow with what you sense to be disdain. Greetings, my name is Vivian. Am I to presume I am being summoned? I just had some questions. Go on then. What are you doing here? Aside from my work as a student here, I'm looking for something actually. You would not happen to have smelled it, would you? Smelled it? Yes, I have a particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. It's somewhat difficult to keep in one place. I hope that someone did not take it by accident, though you never know with the ladies around here. So, by any chance, have you smelled it somewhere? How can a saint go wandering? Vivian shakes her head. I had meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times and have been known to take my various perfumes for themselves. This time, though, someone has absconded with my own personal scent. I worked on that scent, perfected it, and now poof, it is gone. I need not hear such annoyances. Vivian stomps her feet. I want that scent back, and I want it now. How would you know if you found it? You would know it by smell, I assure you. It's quite striking, especially to men. I can help you. Are you certain? I do not wish to impose. No imposition. I am pleased to help such a lovely woman as yourself.
Updated my journal.
Anna mumbles something angrily. You catch the words packing and idiot stick. She is jealous. Vivian smiles and nods to you. You're too kind. Very well. If you run across it, please let me know. I'm somewhat anxious to get it back. A one-of-a-kind scent, really. Do you know Ravel Puzzle? Isn't she some historical figure? I can't quite recall. Who is she? A night hag from Sirius's past.
Updated my journal.
I hope she stays in the past then. Night hags are foul creatures besmirching of femininity everywhere in the plains. She suddenly pauses. You may wish to ask Evis. She knows all sorts of peculiar little tales. But we did smell something from her. I guess that was not the smell she was looking for. I hope I'm not interrupting. Juliet? The dark-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she's depressed or simply bored. Greetings. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings, yes, I'm the Juliet. How may I? Oh, never don't mind. Let me be, please. Well, what's wrong? Oh, nothing at all, only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase its dreadful, tedious passage. Is your life so tedious? Alas, it is. She sighs, closing her eyes and massaging her temples. Dreadfully boring. I'm certain I could add some excitement to your life. She frowns at you and rolls her eyes. Doubtful at best. I'm already with a man, sir, and I do love him dearly. This just that I wish. She taps her finger against her chin. Something more of our liaison. Liaison, what's that? Communication with facilities, which is close working relationship between people. Huh? I think he is dissatisfied with her husband, that's what she's saying. There's problem with the relationship? Yes, there is a problem. In that there are no problems to speak of. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly. His siblings love my siblings, and our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going so smoothly. There's not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. I don't know about that. Dost thou not? Hast thou ever had such a courtship? She glances briefly at you. I would seem that my thy life is filled with a variety of problems, judging by the power of thy skin. I can't remember any courtships I've had. The remnants of ones I have encountered suggest that I might have some problems. It's just that all my friends have such interesting relationships, one fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers on one another's backs, poison, mad siblings, and
irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover with whose family loves me and whom the world loves. I great source of annoyance. How I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up.
Morte falls close to you, whispering.
I feel sorry for her lover. He doesn't know how bad he has it. A chit like this is nothing but trouble.
True. That doesn't sound wise, Juliet. Relish what you have.
I wish to experience troubles though. I wish to experience the up and downs of courtship. But with him, no other. Such a thing is love. It can be as dull as a club and is of no use to an inspiring sensei.
An inspiring sensei? You realize she's not even really looking at you. Juliet, did you hear me?
My journal.
Oh, I was not truly listening. My apologies, but certainly thou hast not come simply to deliver a litany of questions on my life of tedium and my tedious doings.
I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where I might find? Juliet exhales a long and forward sigh. You realize she's not even really looking at you. Juliet, did you hear me?
I was not truly listening.
Well, I don't want to spice up her life with unrighteousness, so... Sayonara. Nini Nai-Nais. This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her white pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she walks about. The smiling woman curtsies gracefully and looks up to you smiling.
Well met, good sir. I'm Nini. And how are you this fine
She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth.
Oh my, you're hurt. All over.
Morty spins around you, mocking the girl's obliviousness.
Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars.
They're old scars, I'm fine. She nods quietly, warming her hand. Huh? She can't seem to tear her eyes from your scars.
Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I'm named Nini.
She makes a little curtsy.
And it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our brothel for the slating of intellectual lusts.
She returns to staring at your body.
You have tattoos under those scars too. What's that one?
That one's,
Looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink. I think that's ink.
She squints at the tattoo, then reaches out to touch it.
Allow her to touch you. I think that's ink.
She traces a finger around the edge of the tattoo.
Is it ink? And what a pattern. Look at the way the lines intersect here.
She touches the center of the tattoo.
That's simply amazing.
She purses her lips and frowns in disappointment.
I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars.
There's nothing to do about the scars, they're permanent.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them. But I have to know, are you absolutely sure you're alright? I'm looking at you and I can't help but believe that you're not in some pain.
I have amnesia, that's all.
Amnesia?
Nini blinks then brightens.
Loss of memory? You're so lucky. Everything must be so new to you.
There is truth in that, but the newness is unwelcome.
That sounds so sad.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to find Vivia's scent. Do you know where it might be?
Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything about it anymore, anyone. I'm just not good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nini. Oh, but I don't know if she's a thief. Nini bites her lip and looks at you with pleading eyes, as if she just wishes you to leave the topic alone. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, alright. Nini puts her hands on her lips and frowns, deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Oh, I dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment and then looks at you out of the corner of her eye, as if gauging your reaction. Was that convincing? No, not really. Nini frowns. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. She looks at you depressed. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. What does that have to do with... Oh, she cannot say anything bad even if it's a thieving thing. We're doing it for good reasons then. Why don't you practice on me, Nini? I suppose I could try. You big, mean, nasty brute. She puts her hands on her lips. Meanie. She looks at you. How was that? Put more accent on brute. You big, mean, nasty brute. Better. Now hit me. Nini clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't. How does one hit somebody anyway? Go ahead, do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Nini slaps you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened she hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break character, Nini. Come on. Show me what you've got. You can't say something bad. Just let it all out. Oh, I mean, oh. Nini draws her tiny frame to its full height, balls her hands into fists, puts them on her lips, and scrunches up her face in a cute scowl. Oh, damn, Bio. You deserve that for all the indignities you put me through going out late at night. Her eyes roam up and down your body, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. Why are the kids going to think, kids? What? Nini's fury rises another notch. Have you forgotten our children? Are you so sodden with drink that you can't even remember that we have children? Nini frowns up her hands in exasperation. You're hopeless, clueless, and what other lesses I won't mention right now. Calm down. Time to let go of the anger. Nani sighs tiredly. Phew, that was easier than I thought. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thank you. What about Vivian's
Updated
sin?
my journal.
I'm trying to find her. Maybe I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. No, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person. And that sure sounds suspicious, I'd go ask her about it. Thanks, Nini. Please ask. Well, that was a very righteous girl, damn dear. With a little bit of fantasy. Very nice combo. Echo. This striking young woman has skin and color of burnished copper, a translucent white dress held precariously by golden clasps is draped carefully over her shapely form. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. Who are you? She smiles curtly but offers no response. Can you speak? She shakes her head and smiles sadly at you.
Updated my journal.
I love this shit already.
Can you write then? Or pantomime? She pouts, shaking her head. May I ask why you can't communicate? She sighs softly and nods. Who are you? Can you tell me about this, please? No. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? She shakes her head shruggingly and gives you an apologetic look. Well, it is what it is. No one in here.
A secret passage. We're not gonna check that yet. Marissa is the sussy woman. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing of her face. Greetings. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone.
Yes? Come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room storming behind my partition like so. Rude and foolhardy.
You can hear a faint whispering sound like a slight breeze or the hissing of serpents. Morty whispers quietly.
Whoa, creeping chit!
My apologies, my lady. I wasn't sure if someone was here. This woman gives a slight
But I would seem there is someone in this room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way then?
Not just yet, I had some questions.
Ask.
Why do you remain behind the screen?
Is it your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? Nay, I think not. The darkness suits me, and I doubtless suits you as well.
Why is it so dark in here?
To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties.
I want you to come into the light.
Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now, what do you want? Sure you did not come all this way to see me.
I do want to see what you will look like.
You have no such want.
I do want to see what you look like because that will be the truth. I am a truth seeker. I do.
What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. Are you a human male?
Yes.
Are you wounded in the throat?
I can't see, but I believe so, yes.
Describe yourself to me.
I'm tall, muscular, and horribly scarred.
Indeed. How are you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind. I do not wish to know.
Now describe yourself to me. Marissa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, hair made up of riding asps and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut. Are you a fiend?
Updated my journal.
Marissa laughs lightly, the sound accompanied by a slight hissing.
No, hardly. Though I've powers some might call fiendish. My glance turns living things to stone, for instance. From being of flesh to statuary with the bat of an eyelash.
Living things to stone. Could you turn, say, a limblin into a statue? Oh, I don't want to do that to my pet. That must be inconvenient at times.
Updated my journal.
You think so? That must be why I'm here alone, in the dark, hiding behind a partition. Though you can't see Marissa, you're certain she's sneering. She suddenly sighs. If only I knew where my crimson veil had gone. Have you seen it perchance?
No, what's it for? Is it just a normal veil?
No, not quite. It aids me in communication. Face-to-face communication, that is.
Why you need to hide your face?
Enough with these asinine questions. How tirelessly annoying you are. Now, what do you want?
What are you doing here?
Sitting here with my thoughts, listening to your voice. Yours. The silence of both of them, literal, the figurative, is deafening.
Curious to hear your thoughts.
Oh, I think not. You would find them most unflattering at this moment. What is it you want?
Why would I want to turn a limblin into a statue? Sounds like it could be like an item upgrade, but I don't want to turn a limblin to that. It's my pet after all. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute?
Updated my journal.
Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once, though her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl. Ask the water of her. She made friends of an old lover of Echoes, I have heard. I was told you were sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
Marissa says nothing, though an angry hissing issues from the darkness around her. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You'll not find it on me or in my chambers. I assure you, perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. Do you know where Vivian's scent might be? No, I've got no clue. Crimson veil we're looking for. Alright then. Kesai Seris. Is there something you'd like to share with me? This alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane, a wavy, raven-colored hair, blush skin, and shimmering crimson eyes, like rubies which have fires lit behind them. Though she is not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. The woman's voice is deep and sensuous. And my greetings to you, sir. Her blushing eyes roam over you. I'm Kesai Seris. So tell me, what may I do for you, Anything. Do anything you want to me, Morte says. Kesai laughs heartily, revealing canines long enough to be considered fangs. She shakes her hand and smiles at Morte. Surely, though, please, what can I do for you? Well, what do you usually do for patrons? Talk, of course, usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature, but not always. KSI winks at you, smiling. So, would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy. I've heard everything, you know. Nothing will shock or surprise me. And I so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you'd like. But you must go first. I don't have dreams, actually. KSI arches her eyebrows in surprise. Truly? How sad. Even fiends and devils dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Quite certain. Too peculiar. I am at a loss as to what to say. What are you? KSI shakes her head. What, can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom towards you. A woman! She raises an eyebrow. I can see my answer doesn't pleases you. I'm a plain touched, actually. Like your friend here. Kesa indicates Anna. That's all you need to know. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, that's Echo. She's very sweet but so quiet. Understand that she said something once which caused some great tragedy, and because of that, she'll never speak again. An interesting enough story, but I don't know if it's true. Try asking the water. I've seen her talking to an ex-lover of Echo, back from a time when Echo was speaking. I'm trying to find Vivia's scent. Do you know where it might be?
Updated my journal.
No, I don't. Most of the women will say she's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me, complimenting me on my eyes, and she smells so good. I hope she finds her own scent again soon. Try asking Nini about it. She's everywhere at once, and might have seen something. I'm trying to find Marissa's crimson veil. Do you know where it might be?
Updated my journal.
No. I haven't seen it since the last time she wore it out. But Nini might have seen something, so try asking her. I'll admit it's been nice. Marissa won't leave her chamber without the veil, and so we've all been spared her foul tongue, leaving us only Kimaxi to deal with. Kesai smirks. That's Kimaxi. It's the worst of the two, though. How so? Marissa's haughty and mean, but Kimaski, he's a bitter, spiteful monster of a woman, with a venomous tongue and the demeanor of a bower. I can't say why anyone would like to speak with her. I sincerely doubt her appearance makes up for the flaying, poisonous mouth of hers. But she receives patrons nonetheless.
Alright then. Before we open the two gates, let's speak to the other two. Довора. Dovora's eyes. Oh, nothing yet. Nini, do you know about the Crimson Veil? What can you tell me about the silent prostitute?
Oh, Echo, yes, she's a mysterious one, isn't she? Do you know that she has never speaks truly? Nini leans in and lowers her voice. I think she was emotionally wounded so badly that she may never speak. Again, I bet Dovora knows, because she sometimes talked to the last lover of Echo.
I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know where it might be?
Dated my journal.
I'll bet I do. I saw the nasty Kimaxi other tongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both minis, you know, but Kimaxi is really awful. Anyway, I'll talk to her first.
Take. Yeah, they're looking for the smell. That smelly smell that smells smelly. Is there someone hiding in here? As you make search of the armoire, its handle suddenly yank out of your grasp as the drawer slams themselves shut. A disdainful issues from the cabinet. Hello. Armoire.
Hello indeed.
The armoire gives another
So what have we here? A rogue after some lady's frailly undergarments?
You talk?
Do I? Why, yes I do. Who are you? I am Luis. And who are you? Thoughtless, uncouth fellow, rummaging about in other people's things.
What are you doing here?
Well, sir, if you must know, I'm being an armoire.
But why are you being an armorer in this brothel?
I happen to have become an armoire because I want to be an armoire. Thank you very much. It's not to watch the ladies undressing nor to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawers where they can rub against my skin. Such accusations are an insult to a practitioner of the magic arts. I'm merely soaking in the experience of what it means to be an armoire. The sights, the smells, the sensations.
So all the women know about this then?
Yes, they do. And they wholeheartedly approve of. Well, not with their entire hearts exactly. And while they have not spoken of their approval in my presence, since they're not exactly aware that I am an armoire, I would not want them to know that I am anything but, and so have not been able to inquire upon that matter.
That sounds very unrighteous. I should definitely tell them. Can you return your normal form as well? The armorer seems to think about this for a moment.
I have no need to share such secrets with the likes of you, and besides, there is no cause to change back at the present moment, since I have not yet experienced the full sensations of being an armoire. It is a complex thing to hold any sorts of freely quote smelling of wondrous woman smells.
A drawer slides open and closes, the sound of mimicking a pleasant sigh. Bro, this guy is a voyeur. A mage that has turned himself into a cabinet so he can look at naked women and sniff their underwear. What the fuck? What can you tell me about the silent prostitute?
Yes, Echo, she can have always been mute, you know. Otherwise, I'm most certain she would have learned some other means of communicating in the meantime.
Trying to find Vivian's scent, do you know where it might be?
Oh dear, yes, I had heard about that, most unfortunate. Did you ever have the exquisite pleasure of breathing in that scent of hers? The armoire's drawers seemed to shudder with delight. Absolutely wondrous. It was, but sadly no, I don't know where the good lady Vivian Sand might be found. I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. I heard she used to walk about in the Crimson Veil, but that she had recently taken her room and darkened it. I did not know what had occurred. So this is of her is missing then. Vivian? No, can I talk to any other girls about this guy? Maybe the hostess fall from grace?
How may I help you?
No. Eve is the tail chaser. If I accept the other request for him to keep hush-hush about him, that seems like I'm doing an unrighteous thing and getting bribed. Which I don't want to do. I would prefer to potentially say the truth somehow if I could. This fetching young woman has a faraway look in her soft greeny eyes. Greetings, I am Yves, the tail chaser.
What a coincidence, I too chase tails.
Yves continues unperturbed. Have you come to trade tails? I'd like to trade tails. I would like to that very much, yes. Tell her the story of you walking in the mortuary. Yves leans forward as you tell the tale of you waking in this man's mortuary. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. I too will tell a tale of the dustman. Chapters of dust. Go on. There are chapters in the dead book, the massive tome which the dustmen keep the records, the passing of all the lives into the eternal boundary. In this book, there are chapters that are not but dust, and it is believed that the names therein are lost souls who cannot die, but must suffer there eternally until history itself dies and grants them release. Tell her the story of the ally of lingering sighs. Tell her ally giving birth. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember. I have one. Before I begin, I must ask you, do you know what a modron is? Yes. Then I shall tell you the tale of the quack and the quadron. Once upon a time, there existed a modron. It was a newly created, its logic fresh and untested, and it had come to Sigil, following the commands of its modron superiors. It knew of nothing but commands and dictates, of obedience and passing along the orders of its superiors. For you see, modrons are only aware of the commands of their immediate superiors. They have no grasp of a higher authority until this one. One day it came upon a small shop, within which there was a small clock that could no longer tell time. It was cracked along the edges, the wheels of its hands broken. The modern immediately set itself to work at getting the parts to fix the broken clock. It made a new wooden housing for the clock's parts, replaced the bent springs, carefully filled and oiled the clockwork machinery, and carved new hands from the spare metal available to it. The newly repaired clock's precise ticking reminded it of the great gears of Mechanus, and it comforted it as much as anything may comfort the modron. No! I misclicked. I wanted to finish the story, man. I couldn't finish the story. I misclicked it. It is what it is. Well, let's assume it ended there. Tell me the story of the Silent King. Tell her the story. I should remember this tale, and now I have one for you, the petitioner at the gate. It was far after peak when the distant pounding was heard at the gates of the prison. Carus, the oldest mercy killer known to the faction, dragged himself from his post, making his way down the hall to the great gates that separated and punished from the outside world. The pounding did not fade as he reached the gate and spoke to it. He called out and received no answer. He opened the gate, far from feeling caution, but a strange compelling sensation. A haggard figure was on bent knees just beyond the door. Her hands were bloody from where they have been pounding against the gate, and her breath came in labored gasps. As the flickering light from the interior prison chamber poured across the cobbles, she glanced up at the mercy keeper who stood framed in the doorway and began to sob with relief. He felt himself mirrored in all but his gender as he stared at the woman, and he was stirred by her presence. Karos found himself unsure of what to say, so he simply waited for the woman to provide an explanation. She did. It was simply a simple statement, but of utmost importance. It made Karus, whose knees ached painfully with every movement, bend down and help the woman to her feet. He brought her in from the outside, guiding her gently into the passageway beyond. She had said that injustice had been done, and that was all that Karus needed to hear. In the end, it came to pass that she could not fulfill her duty as a Fury, for a man guilty of a blood crime had died unpunished. She begged Karus and the Mercy Keepers for aid, and so they executed her. She had failed in her charge.
Damn. She failed to deliver justice, so she wanted justice to be delivered to her. The story of the Dream Builder. I should remember this tale. And now I have one for you. The Beekeeper's Tale. Once upon a time, a man came onto a field of hives. Upon this field, he heard thousands of bees, but there was not a single bee to be seen. Amongst the hives walked a beekeeper who was extracting the honeycomb from the apparently empty hives. Yet despite the lack of insects, the drone continued. The man was mystified. He made to speak with the beekeeper, who lifted his hood to reveal a creature made entirely of bees. A mouth-shaped depression formed in the mass of insects which made up the thing's face. The depression moved as the creature spoke, but the drone was such that its words could not be understood. The man died at the moment, trying to understand what it was that the beekeeper said. Rickwin's Curse. The Gilded Tale. Upon the plain of Isgard is the Gilded Hall, where those sensei that seek the pleasure of gullet and loin can be found. They indulge these passions in earnest, never realizing that the doors of the hall never open and that there is no clear path back to the civic fest hall. They are the unwanted senseis, the ones that do not truly believe in the faction, but instead seek only pleasure for pleasure's sake, are prisoners who do not realize they are such truly prisoners. So, the people that cannot achieve the intellectual potential of the Sensate faction are walked into a hole that they fuck for all time eternal as their prison. The Alley of Dangerous Angles. I have a tale for you, the Lady Suitor. The tale concerns the suitor of the Lady of Pain, one of many over the years. He was a young man who was obsessed with the mistress of Sigil. He was her everywhere, in every corner of her city. He saw. He would hear the rustling of her robes, the scrape of her blades, and grew infatuated beyond all reason. He hoped that if he worshipped her, that he would at last be able to see her, and so worship her he did. He was found dead on the blood-soaked steps of his own home, grievous stab wounds covering the whole of his body, but his eyes were open wide, and upon his lip was a triumphant smile. Damn, he got to see her, but he died for it. The story of Farot. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. Once came a man who had experienced the most beautiful thing in the multiverse. It was his intention to place the experience within one of the Civic's Fest Hall's sensory stones, magical devices which held feelings and memories for an eternity, leaving them for others to partake in. But he thought about it. Wouldn't its being shared dilate the experience? So he held it to himself, precious thing that it was, and aged with the memory. But as he aged, the memory became tarnished and beaten.
and he could no longer recall the glory of its experience. Ignis. I have a story. The execution. Once a murderer roamed Sigil streets, a black-hearted man by the name of Cosias. He had been blessed by his abyssal mother so that no one could strike him with the intent to harm, or they themselves would die. He revealed in his blessing, using it to start fights and murder anyone who crossed him. During one of the murderous rages, he was captured by the Harmonium with nets and brought before the governors. The trial was short, final, yet Cosias laughed at the proceedings, knowing that no one among them could harm him without dying horribly. At the final day of his trial, he was proclaimed guilty and sentenced to death. Cosias' sentence proclaimed Cossacks proclaimed by the governor was this: confinement for thrice 30 days, during which time you shall give up your life, be declared dead, and your body removed when all signs of life cease. Cossacks laughed and dared any of them to try to harm him, yet the court was silent. The mercy killers led Cossacks to their prison and locked him in a dark, empty cell. There was no cot, no lights, and the only door was a steel grate in the ceiling. As they lowered him into the cell, the mercy killers told him, "In the corner of your cell will you find a chalice. It holds poison. Your death will be swift." "Aren't you going to execute me?" Cossack snarled at the guard. "No one in Sigil shall lay a hand on you with intent to harm," came the mercy killer's reply. "Then I spit on your cowardice," Cossacks laughed, feeling for the chalice in the darkness, then hurling it at the wall and shattering it, its poison dripping from the walls and dried until it was no more. "Come then, you will have to try and kill me now." But there was no response from the grate in the ceiling. It was then that the Cossacks noticed the cell had no cot, no lights, and no food and water. All that remained was the shattered chalice, the poison gone. And for the first time, Cossacks knew the icy touch of death's approach. In twice 30 days, the grate opened, and Cossack's body, now cold, was taken from the cell. It had given up its life, and the execution had been carried out. He died to hunger, to himself. Morty, do you have a story to trade?
Me? Why do I have to tell a story?
Just tell a story, Morty.
Fine, fine. An elderly man was sitting alone on the dark path, right? He wasn't certain of which direction to go, and he had forgotten bare where he was traveling to and who he was. He sat down for a moment to rest his weary legs, and suddenly woke up to see an elderly woman before him. She grinned toothlessly and with a cackle spoke. "Now your third wish. What will it be?"
Go on, Morty.
"Third wish?" The man was baffled. "How can it be a third wish if I haven't had a first and a second wish?" "You've had 2 wishes already," the hag said. "But your second wish was for me to return everything to the way it was before you had made your first wish. That's why you remember nothing, because everything is the way it was before you made it any wishes." Hehe. "So it is that you have 1 wish left." "Alright. I don't believe this, but there is no harm in wishing. I wish to know who I am." "Funny," says the old woman as she granted his wish and disappeared forever. "That was your first wish."
Huh? Is Morty telling my story? Cause I need to find a hag. And I don't know who I am, but I know I wanna know who I am. But probably I've made myself forget with the hag because it was too bad. Holy shit. I have a story for you and your companion, the Fiend's game. A fiend sometimes wanders the wilderness of a certain prime world in the guise of a friendly old man. One day he came upon some hunters in the wood. "What are you doing?" the fiend asked. The hunters told him, and the fiend nodded. "I have never been on a hunt before." The hunters invited the old man to come along, and the group eventually came upon a glade where several deer were grazing. The hunters carried crossbows but did not fire, and the fiend asked them why. They're unarmed, the hunters chuckled, patting their crossbows. We hunt nothing that does not have the ability to defend itself. After all, where is the sport in that? The fiend nodded at this, and promptly gated in 3 of his fellows. Gated in. The hunters led them on a merry chase, but eventually they were caught and eaten. Okay, dude. That's ironic. Anna, do you have a story to trade? I am no good at telling such things, I'm not. She frowns and waves her hands as if trying to show away the idea. Don't you be asking me for such nonsense now? But I would very much like to hear your story. Just tell the story already, Anna. Come on already, fiendling. You already have one tail you won't part with. Oh, that was Morty. Anna looks uncomfortable, her tail lashing slowly back and forth. Wow, I know one story. She suddenly becomes angry, glaring at Evis. But you might not like it. Yeah, one, so don't be blaming me for your choking it out of me. Go ahead. Anna scowls, then finally relents with an unexpressed sigh. I heard the story when I was a wee lass. This Burke's walking home real late, near Anti-Peak, and passes an old toothless crone in the dark, otherwise empty street. Where are you going? Home to me wife and Kip, he says. Near the slags? She asks him. Sure enough. No. Bro, I misclicked again. Wait, I had a question for Eves. The girl stares at you in disbelief and her tail stops moving for a moment. What are you about? Gin, coin, copper, silver, gold, memory, eh? She raised an eyebrow. Yeah, I have it. I might have something you want to hear. How much? How much is the, you know, I? Come on. I haven't got all day, I haven't. How about twin? Aye, alright then. It's gone so quickly, you have no idea where it vanished. Look for him in the alley. Spyward from the mortuary. That's the southwest mortuary, eh? Oddly enough, south and west of the mortuary is an alley filled with heavily armed thugs. Know anything about that? Oh, aye, well, maybe you'd best be asking them where old Scudder Crutch is. Huh? What are we even talking about, Farod? We shouldn't be even be on this talk.
Aye?
The fuck?
Aye? What is it you want then?
Anna, your story. Ah, we can still do it nice. She asked him a favor to take a box she's got the deader speed and give it to the woman there. Now this Burke is a real sap. Too nice to say no despite the fact that she sure be something not quite right about his old crone, and agrees. But what's the woman's name? He asks. Where does she live? Where should I look for her if she's not by the deader's pit? The woman hands him the box, a wooden thing, wrapped in covered cloth, and tells him to just go in, she'll be there. Finally she warns him, and whatever you do not open the box. He takes it home with him and hides it in the rafters, thinking he'll bring it by the deader's pit when it slides out. His wife though sees him hiding the box, gets right jealous thinking it's a gift for her lover or something, and opens it up as soon as she's not looking. Well, turns out the box was full of gouged out eyes and severed male members with the hair still on him. Her scream brought the Burke running. He remembered what the crone said, got right scared and wrapped the box back up. He went out straight away into the deader's pit, and sure enough there was another old hag waiting there for him. He hands her the box and she says to him, This box has been opened and walked into. The poor bird tries to deny it, but she gets this dreadful look on her face. You've done something horrible. She tells him, then disappears. That done, he hurries back to his skip. He's feeling ill when he gets back and takes the bed. His wife bitterly regretted opening the box and all, but it was too late. The next day he died of a rotting disease, and the first thing to go was his eyes and stem. Now I have one. The parched land. Once a large village was struck by a terrible drought. A farmer journeyed to the worshipping stone, and again he implored it as to the cause of the drought. He asked the stone, why did nothing when the fields were parched and dying? Why the animals and the people suffered while the stone did not a thing? Have we not given enough offerings? The farmer asked, begging almost upon his hands and knees, but the stone did not respond. It merely sat and cast a shadow. Was that it? I guess it's just an ironic story. Dakon, do you have a story? Dakon nods solemnly. I shall impart the tale of Achali drowning. Dakon tells the story of Achali, a foolish Gitzerai of myth who had become lost in the chaos of Limbo. Normally a single Gitzerai may use their focus and mental discipline to form the chaos around them into a small, habitable environment. Akali, however, asked so many useless and unfocused questions in her quest to return home that her isle of matter dissolved around her and she drowned. Let me share you with your companion another version of your tale that I have heard. Dakon looks attentive and perhaps a little surprised. Yves goes on to tell a different version of Dakon's tale, in which Akali was driven from the Gitzerai city of Shrakator for her constant useless prattling. One day, she encountered a Sladdy on his way to the spawning stone. She hastily erected a wall of chaos matter, which even the ravenous Sladdy found difficult to break down. Huggerly it waited and spoke to her through the wall. She asked it questions, and as she became more absorbed in her pointless queries and the Sladdy's answers, her own wall decayed and collapsed upon her, and thus she drowned in the matter of Limbo. I recall the tale, Chaser. Once upon a time, a girl came to an oracle who was rumored to know many things and asked of it a boon. Her life was in need of direction, so she asked this oracle as to what would give her purpose. Now, the oracle was not evil, but it was vague and tended towards drink, which caused it to be obscure in many matters of judgment and focus. Its only answer to the girl's question was that within one story that she would hear in her lifetime was the truth that she sought. The girl went off and collected stories which she chased to this day, not knowing which of the thousands hold the truth. Such is the danger of a foolish questions and the wisdom of an unspoken one. She would never find out the path of her life. What the fuck? What are you doing here? I collect tales. Can you tell me one of the stories you already shared again? Oh, I could have done that. Oh well, we already missed one. It was meant to be. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Echo, I once heard the tale of a girl who knew the word that, if spoken, would undo the multiverse. Perhaps this is Echo. As the Warado, I understand that she sometimes meets with one who knew Echo before. I'm trying to find Vivian Sen. Speak with Nene. Trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Marissa is an interesting tale. Would you like to hear it? Yes. Once upon a time, in the world of heroes and a time of petty, childish gods, there were 3 sisters, cursed with a hideous appearance. They were considered demons by the people of the land and forever shunned. One missed her sisters terribly. yet left that world with its shame behind. But exchanged the pettiness of a pantheon for the pettiness of self. I don't get it. She left her sisters and started feeling bad about herself? Do anything about this guy. The tale of Ravel Puzzlewell, frightener of children, begins and ends with a question. What can change the nature of a man? Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her the strange magics that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail, and they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrible fate, always more terrible than the last victims. To recount their various torments would be to speak of things that nightmares are woven from. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to this question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly, but shouted it to Sigil itself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's question, and now there is no one to petition, for Ravel herself is gone, was to the plains.
Updated my journal.
Wait, there is more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim that the hag still lives. There is a silent prostitute here who once talked of such things, but she speaks no longer. If she would speak to you, she might tell you more of Ravel. Damn.
Why not?
Wait, this lady went away from her room? What the fuck?
I'm gone. Done.
They closed their own doors. Few more doors we're gonna check before we end. Okay, Max the other tongue. That's the one that possibly took the veil. And this is an empty room. Okay. Let's talk to the final code crypt. Actually, it is pretty late. I'm just gonna leave it here. Again, you clueless. Take this! Oof! And this! Ouch! And don't come back, you pitiful excuse of a man. Opa. That seems like a handful. I'm gonna save it here. Ay, this woman had a lot of stories, man. I cannot catch up to her. I'm just gonna send you guys to Raxe. He's streaming some Hearthstone. And we're gonna call it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.